Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect. This mini lesson is inspired by a conversation that I was having with my elder at camp this weekend, and we were just talking about how 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 we might have to lose everything on this side, you know, for for that crown, and more specifically, those of us that have um, young seeds, whether that's you know little daughters or young sons, little sons, and how that might be our biggest hurdle, that we may have to overcome, as we get closer to the MOTB. The Lord might require, you know, us to lose, to lose that, that our children basically, and that'll be that may be to some of us our greatest test, because we know when that mark, when that MOTB is mandated, you know, it is, it, I mean, like for some of us that live, that, our women might pressure us to get that mark in order to, feed our children, and, we have to forsake all that for Yahweh Shai, basically. So I just want to get into some precepts. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the point is in verse 29. And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Now, because me and the elder were saying, like, if if it's the Lord's will that our seeds make it through Jacob's trouble and get delivered onto the chariots, then we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But if for whatever reason they don't make it onto those chariots, maybe the Lord is gonna require them to be sacrificed for His name to be glorified, and for us to show that we truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then it's still all praises onto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And just getting built up in these precepts, and getting spiritually ready for hard and tough decisions that are going to come, um, in Jacob's trouble. Us of the hopeful elect, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to be ready. We have to prepare our mind now for what is to come, and for what we may have to sacrifice, so that when if that time does present itself, it doesn't catch us off guard. And it's obviously easier said than done, but we just pray that Yahweh Shem Shai would just put that spirit on us to just go through whatever fire, trial and tribulation that we have to go through, because we know what the end goal is. To finish it off, verse 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So, and this next precept is Job, Job, Job 1, starting at verse 13, and you could see the title, Job loses property and children. Because you know Satan was basically putting, he went to the Lord, he went to Yahweh and said, this 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 servant of yours, he will forsake your name if he's brought through all these different tribulations. So basically, he was put to the test right here. So we'll read, starting at verse 13. Now there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. A messenger came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them when the Sabians raided them and took them away. Indeed, they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another also came and said, the fire of Yahweh fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you. So, Job was basically, he's going through hell right now, losing his many different properties, losing his animals and whatnot. So he was being tested right now. Verse 17, while he was still speaking, another also came and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 bands, raided the camels, and took them away. Yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another, so just, just hell upon hell upon hell, just things just happening. And that's like how it's going to be so in the time of Jacob's trouble for some of us. Some of us are gonna, you know, go through different things. And that's all through the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Some of us are gonna, might have to taste death. Some of us may not have to taste death. Some of us may have even may have a more difficult journey through Jacob's trouble, where some of us, may not, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai knows, what we can take and what we can endure, you know, if we're of the hopeful elect. Verse 18, while he was still speaking, another also came and said, your sons and your daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they are dead, and I alone have escaped to tell you. So just like that, uh, his sons and his daughters, he just lost all of them, just like that. Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and he fell to the ground and worshipped, and he said, naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord Yahweh gaveth, and the Lord Yahweh has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord Yahweh. In all this, Job did not sin or charge Yahweh with wrong. So just look at that. Despite Job losing everything, you know, despite him losing his cattle, and that was these things were of much value, and you know, losing different properties and losing his children, he didn't once, curse out Yahweh. He didn't once, get mad at the Lord, because Job understood that, the Lord controlled everything. The Lord controls good and evil. He controls life and death. And he stood, and he still stood firm for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. he still blessed the name Yahweh and did not curse it. And we have to remember this story. We have to remember these precepts, these lines of encouragement, when when the Lord brings us through our different tribulations. We cannot curse the Most High. We just have to give Him all praises. Like it says, the Lord give, and the Lord has taken away. He he's He's in full control. So this I find this story right here very uplifting, because I have to look at myself in the mirror when I read this, because I know that that I may lose everything, and I know that if that be the case, that it's still all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And just another you know thing to just think of is in Jake, we don't know how long Jacob's trouble is gonna be, but we're definitely gonna know when it's here. And when we're in the midst of it and we are going through hell, we just have to remember that we're almost there. That Lord willing, we're part of that special remnant. That we are part of the 144,000. That we have to remember that we are almost there. To not fold, because that's a great sign, to be going through these things during Jacob's trouble. We're almost at the finish line, and to not curse the Most High. Um, I want to get this precept. Read this in camp this weekend. So this is Philippians 3, and I'm going to start at verse 7, and this is in the NLT. I once thought these things were valuable, but now I consider them worthless because of what Yahushua has done. Yes, everything else is worthless when compared with the infinite value of knowing Yahushua Mashiach, my Lord. For his sake I have discarded everything else, counting it all as garbage so that I could gain Yahushua. So we have to know what's valuable in this thing. And the valuable thing is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Everything else, you know, yes, it's a blessing, but like like it says in Job, the Lord giveth and taketh away. None of this, even our own seeds, even our own children, they don't belong to us. At the end of the day, they belong to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So if He sees fit where He requires those souls to come back to Him, then so be it. We need to understand that this is not our rest. This is not we're not in our kingdom right now. Verse 9, and become one with Him. I no longer count on my own righteousness through the obeying the law. Rather, I become righteous through faith in Yahushua and Mashiach. For Yahweh's way of making us right with Himself depends on faith. Yeah, we have to pray for faith, because faith is a gift. It's not something that everyone has. Verse 10. I want to know Yahweh Shai and experience the mighty power that raised Him from the dead. I want to suffer with Him, sharing in His death. So we just have to know that that we may lose it all, and it's all for Yahweh Shem Yahushai at the end of the day. This is Proverbs 24, verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So, Job didn't faint in when he was going through his adversity. You know, he stood strong. He stood strong as a soldier. He didn't fold, and that shows the type of man he was, and the belief and the faith that he had in Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. And you know, we need to be like Job. We also need to be like Lot. You know, not looking back. Just keep moving forward. You know, Lot's wife looked back and, you know, was turned to dust. And Lot kept looking forward. He kept his eye on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. 2 Timothy 2 verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai and Mashiach. So you have to endure. You have to endure in this thing. It's not going to be easy. It's tough. It's a bumpy road. It's a bumpy ride. But we have to endure. We have to push forward. We need to be strong in the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We need to show the Lord, you know, that we are willing to lose everything and to fight for Him. We want that crown. We want to make it on the first go around. And then another thing me and the elder were saying is, you know, say that we lose our seeds on this side, and then we see them, you know, Lord willing, we make it and we see them in the kingdom. I was saying, like, you know, our seed's gonna be like, that's my dad, that's my pops. You know, he didn't fold when he was tempted. You know, he stood tall for the Lord, and you know, just that joy, just that thought, just brought joy in me. James 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh has promised to them that love him. So it is promised us, those of us who endure, those of us who get through that the hour of temptation. The Lord has promised us the crown of life. We want to be part of that governing body. We want to sit with the rest of the 144,000 and be part of that governing body that sits, you know, under Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, King David. We want to be part of that. We don't want to. We don't want to be. We don't want to start from ground zero. We don't want to be coming back in the kingdom as babies. You know, some may think, oh, you know, I'll just come back in the kingdom. You know, it's all good. You know, I'm an Israelite. We're gonna be saved regardless. No, that's not rulership mentality. That's not king mentality. That's not a soldier's mentality. You want to make it on this first go around. I don't want to come back up as a baby. You know, right now, you know, still young, still in my prime, and it's a beautiful thing to be, you know, growing as a man in this truth, because this truth is everything. It's our backbone. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our backbone, especially in this wicked kingdom, this wicked society. Zechariah chapter 13 verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. I will refine them as silver is refined. I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, is my power. So the Lord is going to try us. He's purifying us, and he's making us, like him. We strive to be like Yahweh Shai. So we have to be put through that fire. All our wickedness and bad habits, they have to be, you know, they have to be taken out of us. Because everything is, is going to lead up to that MOTB at the end of the day. So I want to close with that precept. Revelation 13:15. And he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because you don't want to take part in this new world order. The philosophies of this wicked place. Those of us that follow Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we ain't down with that. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. So when times like when this when the chip is out there and we are tested, we are brought through that hour of temptation. Our what we own is going to be used against us. Whether that's where you live, what your cars, your jobs, and the main point of what this lesson is, your seeds. Those of us that have young children, while in this walk, our children are going to be used against us. Because our families are going to come against us. They're going to use our children against us. Our woman is. And, depending on how old their seed is, when they're young, they might come to you and say, that they're hungry. But we cannot fold. Some of our children might be taken away from us because we are not willing to get down with this new system. But we just have to remember. We have to remember Job. We have to remember. We have to remember Lot. We have to remember. We have to remember Abraham. These are the things we have to remember when we are faced with that great temptation. We have to remember that we're working towards the crown, and how we have to stand still in this truth. Give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshai, whether good or bad, because it's His will. Whatever His will, it's going to be done. So that's going to conclude this lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the bishops and elders. Salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, and to the hopeful elect. Shalom.